In 1971, the French Connection redefined crime thrillers forever. But behind this Oscar-winning classic lie weird, shocking, and unbelievable secrets that few people know. From dangerous car chases shot without permission to actors risking their lives on the streets of New York, this film broke every Hollywood rule and got away with it. Tell me in the comments, do you think Gene Hackman's role as Popeye Doyle was his greatest performance, or do you prefer him in another film? And don't forget, smash that like button and subscribe if you want more hidden Hollywood secrets revealed every week. Fact 1. The film was based on a true story. The French Connection is not just fiction, it's inspired by real-life events. The story follows Detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle, based on real-life NYPD detective Eddie Egan and his pursuit of a massive heroin smuggling operation from France to New York. Many scenes in the movie mirror actual police investigations in the late 1960s. Gene Hackman, who played Doyle, studied real case files and even met with Egan to understand his mannerisms, speech patterns, and determination. This attention to authenticity made the film feel raw and immediate. The fact that audiences were watching dramatized versions of real events added a layer of suspense and realism rarely seen in crime films at that time. Fact 2. The iconic car chase was filmed without permits. One of the most famous moments in the movie is the climactic car chase through New York streets. Astonishingly, director William Friedkin filmed it without permits, using real traffic and pedestrians. Gene Hackman and stunt driver Bill Hickman performed dangerous maneuvers at high speeds, weaving between cars and barely missing collisions. The scene was so chaotic that the cast and crew risked arrest or serious injury. Friedkin later said that capturing such real-life chaos made the chase feel unmatched in intensity. Even today, this chase remains one of the most thrilling and realistic sequences in cinema history, proving that Hollywood sometimes gets its best results from complete audacity. Fact 3. Gene Hackman was almost fired. During filming, Gene Hackman was difficult to work with at times. He argued with director William Friedkin over scene interpretation and even clashed with other cast members. The tension peaked when Hackman insisted on improvising some lines, angering the crew who feared delays. Friedkin considered replacing him, but producers convinced him to keep Hackman, and the decision paid off. Hackman's naturalistic and sometimes rough performance became a defining trait of Popeye Doyle, giving the character his edgy, unpredictable energy. Without these conflicts and Hackman's improvisation, the film might have lost the authenticity and intensity that turned it into a classic. Fact 4. The real Eddie Egan appeared in the film. In a fun twist, real-life detective Eddie Egan, the inspiration for Popeye Doyle, had a small role in the movie. He played Doyle's partner, Detective Belandic, adding an unusual layer of authenticity. His presence on set provided first-hand insights into police procedures and New York street culture. Friedkin encouraged Egan to give advice to Hackman and the other actors, ensuring that small details, like the way detectives questioned suspects or walked the beat, were accurate. Audiences watching the film had no idea that one of the characters was the actual person who inspired the story. This clever casting choice blended reality with fiction seamlessly. Fact 6. The film won 5 Academy Awards. The French Connection shocked Hollywood when it swept the Academy Awards. It won Best Picture, Best Director, William Friedkin, Best Actor, Gene Hackman, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Best Editing. Its gritty realism, innovative direction, and intense performances impressed critics and audiences alike. The win was especially significant because crime thrillers weren't typically Oscar favorites. The awards cemented the film as a milestone in cinema history and elevated Gene Hackman into Hollywood's superstardom. It also influenced countless future crime films, setting a new standard for realism and raw energy in storytelling. Even today, many modern police and action films reference its style. The daring stunts, relentless chase sequences, and morally complex characters set a standard that remains unmatched. Fact 7. Filming in real neighborhoods. Director William Friedkin insisted on shooting in real New York neighborhoods instead of sets. This included subway stations, crowded streets, and waterfronts. Actors like Gene Hackman and Roy Scheider had to navigate through actual pedestrians, taxis, and street noise, which added a chaotic energy to the film. Filming in uncontrolled environments meant scenes could change unpredictably, forcing the actors to improvise. The realism this approach created contributed to the gritty, documentary-like feel of the movie. Many critics argue that this was one of the first films to combine Hollywood storytelling with street-level realism, making audiences feel like they were experiencing an authentic, dangerous chase alongside the characters. Fact 8. Gene Hackman did his own dirty work. Gene Hackman went beyond acting. He performed many of his own risky stunts, especially in the famous chase and fight sequences. While stunt drivers handled the most dangerous moments, Hackman physically tackled actors, jumped through windows, and acted in precarious positions to sell realism. His dedication added credibility to Popeye Doyle's relentless pursuit of criminals. Hackman reportedly trained intensively and sometimes injured himself on set, but he refused to use doubles whenever possible. This hands-on approach made Doyle's obsession and raw energy believable, cementing Hackman's reputation as one of the most committed and fearless actors of his generation. Fact 9. The subway scene was extremely dangerous. The film's subway chase, where Popeye Doyle pursues a suspect on the tracks, was shot in a real subway with live trains running on nearby tracks. Safety precautions were minimal, and both Hackman and Scheider risked serious injury. Friedkin insisted on filming quickly and in tight spaces, capturing the claustrophobic tension of the chase. The realism was so intense that audiences felt the danger on screen. This scene is now considered one of the most iconic subway sequences in cinema history. Hackman later admitted it was the scariest part of filming, but it was essential for giving the movie its edge-of-the-seat authenticity. Fact 10. The film inspired future crime movies. The French Connection became a blueprint for future crime thrillers. Directors like Martin Scorsese and Michael Mann studied Friedkin's techniques of shooting in real locations, using handheld cameras, and blending fiction with documentary-style realism. The movie's gritty aesthetic, fast-paced editing, and naturalistic performances influenced decades of filmmaking. Its success proved that audiences craved raw, unpolished depictions of crime, rather than sanitized Hollywood versions. Even today, many modern police and action films reference its style. The daring stunts, relentless chase sequences, and morally complex characters set a standard that remains unmatched.